So this video is sponsored by Pionex, one of the exchanges I use all the time. It's one of the main crypto brokers to Binance, so the volume is very high. The main thing that sets them apart though is that you can use free trading bots, a variety all designed to benefit from different market behaviours, whether that's up, down or sideways. You'll get 20% off all your trading fees for life with my link in the description. And if you join the Telegram, a lot of us already use it, so if you've got questions we can try and help you out. Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, mainly Bitcoin, or just have a think about the overall market, you know, with altcoins, as Bitcoin dominance actually goes down, so altcoins remain strong still in the face of this dump, which is pretty impressive stuff. It might not feel that way, I suppose, though. So we were expecting a retest, or should I say just a test, into this purple box zone, and initially we got a bounce from it. But now we're deep inside it, right in the center of it, in fact. So the 55,600, if you think about what that is, that area 55,600 more or less corresponds to these tops around here, before we broke out and continued up. So Bitcoin's respecting previous supports resistance, and that's basically where we've gotten so far. Now, could that be the bottom? Of course it could. The bottom could be in? Of course it could. No one knows where the bottom is, and it's not for me to tell you where it actually is, but we had this box in here saying that this is likely to be the box of reversal. And so far we're inside it, yeah? We've come down into it after less than a 24-hour period after speculating that they were going to go into it. So we're now in it, and what we're going to do? How are we going to perform? Are we going to reverse from here, or are we going to dig deeper? So the main thing, and I guess this is the first time I've looked at it today, you know, been busy with the school runs and everything like that, but looking at it right now, there's no real signs on the 4-hourly that this is going to be the absolute bottom. I would expect a deeper test towards the bottom of the area, or at least a retest of where we came from just now. If we look at the hourly, every opportunity for a bounce from here, but then, you know, a bounce could take us to what, 58,000, maybe even the 60,000 and beyond, because we've got our bullish divergence playing out here on the hourly. So again, you know, the hourly gets bullish divergence all the time. We had it over here, we got a decent bounce from it. It didn't stop us from breaking down into the box. The main thing to think about is the longer term time frames, basically being the daily, which is now effectively a downtrend, which means that in a downtrend we have to expect lower lows to form. It doesn't have to happen, but I would expect that to happen. There's nothing on the 4-hourly to suggest that the bottom is in. The hourly, yeah, of course the hourly shows a little bit of bullish divergence, but you know, that is that's a tradable edge for a scalp, for a small futures trade, for instance. But is it anything to hold on to? You know, as far as a long-term reversal is concerned, nah, not really. Although it could materialize into something more. I think the interesting story here isn't so much about Bitcoin, because we expected Bitcoin to come down to 55,000. Really, we were talking about how that's a very likely scenario. I think the interesting story here is how altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin generally. So as we see the Bitcoin dominance coming down from once again another retest of the 20 weekly moving average. So being below basically, just for those who don't watch my channel or just tuned in for the first time, we follow the Bitcoin dominance chart all the time, and we've noticed that throughout the year, obviously it's been super bearish, and for those who follow the channel, we annihilated the altcoin situation in January. But if you look back at how this has worked, it's a very simple strategy, more or less Bollinger Band strategy. Rejections on the 20 weekly, rejections on the 20 weekly here and here, and then we had a small period where we broke out from it, and then since then we've been rejected from it again. So being below the 20 weekly is so far all in, you know, in favour of altcoins outperforming Bitcoin. And again, there's no altcoin is created equal. They're all different, right? So you can't just look at every altcoin and go, well, he said altcoins will outperform Bitcoin, so I'm just going to buy all the other altcoins. What are these stupid things like the Doji Moon Lambo token or something like that? Don't go buying that crap. But so long as the chart looks good and you've got a good setup, then I suppose there's nothing wrong with trying to play that. Especially if you're looking at Bitcoin pairs as well. So that'll give you the absolute edge, because that will show you its strength versus Bitcoin. Anyway, overall, yeah, it's an interesting takeout of all of this. That altcoins generally seem to be okay in comparison to Bitcoin in the face of this dump. Bitcoin is the one that's initiating the dump. But altcoins seem to, you know, on the whole, be holding up pretty well so far. So we'll take it for what it's worth, and so long as this is a bearish chart, which it is, and we're below the 20 weekly and all the other moving averages, which we are, we can just assume that we will slowly head down further towards 40% dominant. This might not be the case because there are signs, I suppose, on the daily that this is likely to turn around, but not anytime soon. To be honest with you, not anytime soon. So yeah, I mean, it's a bearish chart on all time frames. So that is that. The total market cap still holding up above the 10 exponential as well, so not particularly bearish at all either. In fact, this is bullish. It's basically a bullish retest of a moving average for the first time in several weeks. It's a weekly chart that we're looking at here. Cup in handle, conversion baseline, everything looks like it wants to continue on this as well. So I'm not bearish on the market, even though we're getting these pullbacks. I'm really not bearish at all. In fact, it goes to what I was saying last week, which is that we're going to get one last dip before the moon, and I think that this is the dip that we're getting right now. It might not be over quite yet, but this is the last dip before the moon, and I stand by that really. The total market cap is the main indicator of how healthy the market is. It's got two major components to our long-term continuation, and that's what we should expect from that. So anything that's taking place like right now on the daily or the 4-hourly or anything else, it's just noise, because the weekly on the long term on the market as a whole looks pretty bullish, so we have to stick to that as our overall theory of how this market's going to play out over the next few weeks and months really. Anyway, just to put it out there, I'm not concerned. You can try and buy some dips here if you like. I'm sure you'll be rewarded in the long term. Your strategy should be your strategy and not anything that's derived from any influencers. Not that that's what I am, but anyone else. So I'm overall bullish on the market. I expect a dip. We've got that. Probably going to get a little more. That's fine. And I do believe that this will resolve to a very large up in the market, probably coming into next month. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.